Wait. Oh yeah.
Marguerite Effa.
Yeah, Mom. No, mine's coming.
And then our Scholar Athlete of the Year is going to be Cheyenne Wallace, who couldn't be here tonight with us today. Cheyenne Wallace is a senior for us, and she's currently in the Business Entrepreneurship Master's Program and is doing very well and outstanding in her program. So she actually is our Scholar Athlete of the Year.
Did you forget one? Yeah, two, three.
No, we did not forget any. Jason now is gonna award our Pac-12 honors.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to thank you guys for coming tonight. It's a good turnout, and really excited about these awards right here. These were voted by the other coaches in our league, or opposing coaches, and we had 3 young ladies that were honored by the Pac-12, and they are first Mariah Moore, Aaliyah Mazik, and Mignon Moore. Now, before I'm going to have Mignon stay up here, because another award Mignon was voted to get by her peers and her coaches. She was voted on the all-defensive team, which goes to the top 5 defensive players in the Pac-12. She had a great defensive year as well as offensive too, but Mignon's an outstanding defensive player, one of the best off-ball defenders in the league, and she was honored that by her coaches. So Mignon, congratulations. Our second all Pac-12 defensive team. Aaliyah, we'll talk about you here in a minute, but congratulations, Aaliyah.
For our next awards, we're going to give out a Co-Most Improved Award. Okay, so this is going to go to two of our athletes who came in together and who both had outstanding years. First, Jatavia, come on up. And Asia, come on up. We'll make you feel real comfortable while we talk about you up here for a second. So first, with Jatavia, Tay had last year averaging 2 points, 2 rebounds a game, but improved to this year starting in 26 games, averaging 6 points and 5 rebounds a game, and also shot at 45% from the field. So definitely we're very proud of Tay and her junior year. For Asia had to sit out last season due to an injury, unfortunately. But this season averaged almost 5 points a game, 3 rebounds a game, while also leading our team in field goal percentage and block shots. Congratulations, we're very proud of you. Thank you, you two. To continue with the awards here, we have an individual this year who stepped up in time of need, and Coach Track was trying to think of an award that we could give to this individual. We all know her in the room as being interesting at times. She definitely has been a pleasure to coach, and I know we're going to miss her dearly as she graduates. But November 23rd, we got to see this ice in her veins moment. We got to see another glimpse of it on November 28th. another on December 22nd, and then the most recent, as you guys got to see, against Utah on March 3rd. This award is going to be called the Clutch Award, and it goes to Mariah Denise Moore.
And then the reason why I didn't speak about Aaliyah earlier is because she's going to be our Defensive Player of the Year award. And before she comes up, this is my 34th year of coaching, and I tell people this, and I've coached at every level. And truly in my heart, Aaliyah is probably the best on-ball defender I've ever coached.
And off ball, I was at the nail.
And as you can tell, me and Aaliyah butt heads once in a while on our opinions of basketball, so we'll leave that for another time. But no, Aaliyah is a great competitor. Aaliyah had the daunting task of having to guard Sabrina Nescu, had to guard Ari McDonald. She had to guard everybody's best player. And I tell you what, I mean, we are truly going to miss her next year. She's a great defender, a great girl, and I'm going to miss her personally. And guys, I mean, you're seeing one of the best defenders of all time here, Aaliyah Mazik.
Okay.
Before I present, before I'm the presenter for these next two awards, I just want to thank my staff, Jason Glover, Blanche Alverson, and Erica Hughes. I thought they did a great job. And I went through the list of games. I want to also mention the Utah game at home on senior night when we were down by 7 points with 50 seconds to go. We were down by 6 of 24. We were down by 4 with 9 seconds to go. And the girls gutted out and they pulled out the game. It was a great win on senior night, and really proud of them. That was probably one of the best games I've ever coached in my 35 years, and I think it was a great Trojan win that night. I'd like to present this award to a young woman who I felt really represented what we wanted on the floor as far as her effort. This is our most outstanding player for the year, Mignon Moore. Come on up, Mignon. The thing I like about Mignon is, like I said, I've been watching a lot of tapes of our games in the last week, but we're going to have a saying next year, and it's we're in the process of thinking about what we want to do next year defensively, and one of our sayings is going to be first to the floor, okay? And Mignon was always the first on the floor, and I noticed a lot of when you sit back and you really watch, she's on the floor, and at 5 foot, how tall are you? 5'9"? Really? Yeah. Wow. I'm kind of happy. That makes me like 6'2". Thank you. I grew. We both grew. And, I say something, I really like to look at an athlete's courage more than anything else. And so I have a saying, get into the fray. And the fray is the paint, and that's when you get in there and there's a bunch of 6'2" to 6'7" kids that are fighting for the ball. And then we have our 5'9" kid. She's in the middle, and she's our leading rebounder at 5'9" against the trees that she's got to go up against. So first to the floor, first she's a human bruise, basically, and watching the beginning of the Stanford game and watching her get hurt at Stanford. She took a bad fall. I don't know if anybody was at the game and saw that, but I thought she was out for the rest of the game and came back in and played well, and we almost pulled off the upset. So beyond the stats, she was one of our leading scorers, our leading rebounder. She was top 10 in assists in the country and top 15 in assist turnover ratio in the country. So I thought that was a pretty good year. So more than anything, though, I appreciate the effort that she put on the floor, and she was just the bulldog out there. I mean that in a complimentary way. Yeah. And so our most outstanding player, Mignon Moore. hand out a special award to someone. We decided to come up with a coach's award, and this is to the player who we felt really was selfless, was unselfish, that everybody on the team could go to, or she can go to everybody on the team, and someone who was very, very coachable, someone who really tried to do everything that we asked her to do, and did it in a positive way, took criticism very, very well. In fact, well, I'll tell you a story when she gets up here, but the Coach's Award goes to Shalexis Aaron. Come up, Shalexis. I think we all the coaches were in agreement that we love coaching this athlete every day in practice. She comes with a smile on her face. You tell her to work on something and she works on it, and she stays after practice. She's constantly shooting. I don't know if anybody knew, but after games, she would go up in the gym and turn the lights on and shoot after, whether she played 5 minutes or played 25 minutes or didn't play at all, she was up in the gym shooting. And every time I see her at practice, I love coaching her because this is all I got to do. We're playing Utah, and she missed a couple of shots, and in the fourth, and she made a lot of shots too. But and I just kind of came over. This is how I coached her. I just said, hey, you really need to make a shot next one you take. Okay, that was a great coach. And she came down on the left wing right in front of us and made a deep three, and we went up by 3 in the overtime. And it was just a clutch shot. She had a great performance that night. She had a great performance against the University of Washington when she scored 28. Dear friend of mine is the head coach at Washington, Jody Wynn. And after the game, Jody looked at me and said, I did tell my team that Alexis can shoot. It's not like they really believe her now, okay? But anyway, the Coach's Award for the women of Troy basketball goes to Shalexis Aaron.
To conclude the awards and just to talk about the individuals that are going to be leaving our program here, could I please call up Shalexis, Jatavia, Desi, and Mignon to speak on behalf of the seniors? Yeah, well, Tay, you can...